Good morning, students. Today we are starting with the commercial applications of biotechnology, the first one of which is the crop biotechnology. So crop biotechnology is used in agricultural field to improve yield and variety. So earlier also we have seen the examples of crops which have been modified and grown using biotechnology, like seedless fruits and various vegetables are also grown using biotechnology. So the general method that is used is the cross pollination between two different species of plants is brought about to create a new species with entirely different characteristics. So using this technology, various kinds of fruits and vegetables have been grown. For example, we have cherry tomatoes. So cherry tomatoes are small sized tomatoes which are grown using cross pollination between two varieties. Then we have various kinds of seedless fruits which are also grown. So crop biotechnology has brought about a lot of revolution in this field of agriculture, and number of plants are grown using this technology, and the yield has increased. So under crop biotechnology, the first one is hybrid seeds. Genes of two different crops are recombined to form hybrids of various crops. For example, fruits. So here again we have seen that varieties of two different species is cross bred, and that is cross pollination is brought about, and the new plant that develops will produce seeds which will be hybrid seeds, and they will have different characteristics or those characteristics that we want. Like the example that I gave you for cherry tomatoes is one of them. Genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops are plants used in agriculture, the DNA of which has been modified using genetic engineering methods. In most cases, the aim is to introduce a new trait to the plant which does not occur naturally in the species, like resistance to diseases, alkalinity, weeds, cold, and drought. So biotechnology has made it possible to grow plants which are resistant to various adverse conditions, and those characteristics were not earlier found in the crops. But now with these genetically modified crops, which are also called as the GM crops, it has been possible to produce crops and plants with characteristics like resistance to diseases. So they are resistant to various attacks by various insects, pests, and various diseases that commonly occur in crop plants. Then alkalinity. Due to excessive use of fertilizers, the soil becomes saline, and now it is no more fertile. So even crops that are resistant to alkaline soil or the alkaline pH can be grown using GM technology. Weeds, that is unwanted plants, cold and drought. So these extreme conditions also these GM crops can overcome, and they can give us a good yield. So this is what is one example, that is hybrid seeds are produced by cross pollination being brought about between two different species, and we get various varieties of crops and fruits and vegetables. And the next one is genetically modified crops. So here you are actually introducing a gene that does not belong to the plant, but it has been deliberately introduced, or the genetic constitution has been modified, and plants with various characteristics like resistance to diseases and cold, drought, attack by insects and pests are being grown. Let us take up a few more examples of genetically modified crops that are used in agriculture. So genetically modified crops used in agriculture, the first example is of BT cotton and BT brinjal. Now cotton and brinjal plants are attacked by insects and pests, and they destroy the complete crop. they destroy the brinjal plants, and the cotton ball which is developed on the cotton plants is destroyed by these pests. So newer varieties that were resistant to the attack by these insects and pests have been developed using biotechnology. So what have we done is that we have taken a gene from a bacteria which is called as Bacillus thuringiensis. Now this bacteria naturally occurs in the soil and it secretes a chemical, but if this bacteria is consumed by the pest or the insect, then the chemical proves to be a toxin for it, and it completely destroys the digestive system of the insect and pest and kills it. So what was done, that is using biotechnology or genetic modification manipulation techniques, we have taken the gene from this bacteria and we have integrated or inserted it into the plant. Now, as a result of this, the plant has now started synthesizing the same toxin or the same chemical. And when the insect and pest eat the leaves or they try to eat the cotton balls, this toxin will enter into their body and it will kill the insect and the pest. So using biotechnology, we have been able to create genetically modified crops like BT cotton and BT brinjal, and these are now called as transgenic crops. Transgenic word means that we have inserted a foreign gene into the plant body. The gene was not present naturally. We have introduced it or we have inserted it from another organism. Hence, it is called as a transgenic variety or a genetically modified crop. Now here we have BT cotton and BT brinjal. So BT here stands for the name of the bacteria, that is Bacillus thuringiensis. This is a naturally occurring bacteria in the soil, and since 1950 this technique has been used of inserting the bacterial gene into the plant body and creating genetically modified crops. So bacterial gene Bacillus thuringiensis produces toxin in leaves and balls of cotton that are fatal for the bollworm. So the bollworm used to completely destroy the cotton balls. But now with the formation of these genetically modified crops, the bollworm is going to be destroyed when it tries to eat the leaves or the cotton balls, because they contain the same toxin that is present in the bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis. So I hope you have understood this. What is BT cotton and BT brinjal? BT here in both the cases stand for the name of the bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis. So the gene that is coding for the BT toxin has been inserted into the cotton and brinjal plants. And what has happened as a result of it? It has caused the plant to synthesize the same chemical. We can even call it as a natural insecticide, and it is going to be synthesized into the tissues of the plants. And this toxin is going to be effective against larvae of moths, that is butterflies, even beetles, and cotton ball worms. All can be destroyed after consuming the leaves or the cotton balls. Similarly, golden rice variety has also been developed. Gene synthesizing vitamin A, that is beta carotene, introduced in a variety of rice in 2005, contains 23 times more beta carotene. So we know that vitamin A is extremely essential in the body, but this vitamin A, which is also called as retinol, is going to be synthesized only in presence of a, we can say, a precursor chemical which is called as beta carotene. So beta carotene is a pigment that we obtain from colorful vegetables and fruits, particularly from carrots. So it's a reddish orange colored pigment that is present in colored food items, particularly carrots and various other colorful vegetables. Now this beta carotene will be a precursor, or we can say a starting material that is required for the formation of vitamin A in the body. So, gene synthesizing vitamin A or beta carotene has been introduced into the rice, and since 2005 this practice is being carried out, and we find that the crop variety that we are going to get, the variety of rice that is developed after introducing this gene, contains 23 times more beta carotene. So if we consume this rice, we get beta carotene, and eventually vitamin A, that is retinol, will be synthesized in the body, and we know that it is very good for the health of the eyes. So these are the two examples of genetically modified crops.